Now let's look at the printer settings and configurations that only the administrator can access. To access the admin login screen, tap the two lower right and left corners for a total of 4 taps. Enter your password and the service menu will appear. It is from the service menu that most of your administrator tasks on the printer will be done. Since your service provider will have set your printers and software up for you, we will not spend time on the network, card reader or access menus. But if you ever need to change your network settings, ID cards or an administrator password, these menu areas are where you would configure those settings. Let's start with Filament Manipulation. When you want to change a filament color or replenish an empty spool, this is where you start. In order to remove any filament in the channel, the nozzle needs to heat up to make it easier to remove the filament. Once the indicator says the nozzle is ready, select Remove Filament. Once removed, tap on the red X to indicate that the filament is removed, and then select Feed Filament In. Insert the loose end of the filament into the silicone tube in the spool chamber until it reaches the print head. You'll feel a slight resistance, and with slight pressure, push it through. Once the filament has been fed through, select the red X to indicate the filament is in. Then, set the color of the new filament. If there was a job currently being printed when the filament ran out, you can resume the job. Another occasional maintenance is the nozzle head. The nozzle head needs replacing after about 1400 hours of use to prevent clogging. Your service manual provides step-by-step instructions, including how to adjust the nozzle offset once the nozzle is replaced. Once the nozzle is replaced, the counter needs to be reset for the next 1400 hours of use. Simply click the button to reset the counter. The Print and Manual Control menu lets you manually manipulate the printer, including opening front and side doors, pause or terminate the job currently printing, print out diagnostic prints, or move the print bed and print head. The Notifications menu is where you can define who receives email notifications. There are 2 kinds of notifications, job owner and administrator. Although the eDee system will inform the student how long his print job will take, receiving an email notification serves as a reminder to come and collect the 3D model, so someone else can use the printer. For the administrator, being notified of a problem or when a filament needs to be replaced allows quick action to get the printer in use again. The administrator also receives notification when a refund is requested by a student when pay-to-print services are enabled. I'll show how this works later. The Preference menu allows you to set the touchscreen display's brightness setting should you move the printer to a location with different lighting. You can also set the display's fade-out timeout to help conserve energy. Lastly, units can be displayed in metric or imperial, and the display can trigger a logout if no activity is detected in the defined time. This is useful when students or administrators forget to log out. So these are the 3D printer menus that administrators are likely to use in managing and maintenance of eDee 3D printers.